script engine altogether. Let's go. Let's go. We have someone on the server. Nice. When we're in the last warm-up, Ada or Sasha, please do a song pause. So that the music stops. But that's we can wait with that, like right before the start. Yo Fabs, what is up? Slow people get minus point and lose its here. Okay, so let me grab the thing here. Okay, so you start with 100 points. Every round, players get a certain amount of points deducted. And depending on their placement, wait, hold on. Yeah, depending on their placement, you lose a bunch of points. So like if you are last, you're gonna lose 12 points, or 10 points. You lose 10 points, but you lose 12 if you don't finish at all. And if you're first, you lose 0 points. So you want to get, of course, as fast as possible, as high as possible, because you want to keep your points as much as possible. If you reach 0 points, you go into last chance mode. So it's like the opposite of finalist mode. And if you get last when you are in last chance mode, you will be eliminated. So in the end, the first person who gets eliminated gets 3 league points for the leaderboard overall. The next one gets 6, then 9, and then 12. Then there's also an extra point awarded for a fastest match time. And let's see. There you go. So, ooh, let's see this. Let's see this. Ah, let me do a little repost of that one, a little retweet. There we go. Thank you for the tweet there. Chat, feel free to retweet that one and throw it all over the place. Yo, Crit Sapphire, welcome back. And of course, people, like I said, we're gonna close the music when the match actually starts. But for now, we're just in the warm-up. People are getting here still. So we're just keeping ourselves a little occupied with a little bit of tunes. And we're gonna turn those off pretty soon. Here we go. It is 3:01. Maybe we can change the title. It says at 3 something. Change it into something cool. Like the name of the players, possibly. We have Dark, we have Mantaa, Random, and Javzo. We're playing Prozenthia. Yo. It's 1 past hot babe time. Let's go. Should be live after warm-up. Okay. Can we add the names of the players in there? Random, Javzo, Dark, and Mantaa. Thank you, Sasha. Good luck. Have fun. The map we're on now is called Arrogate. The next maps will be Reshiram, then we go to Heartleap, and then Xenogen. There we go. Alright, let's see. Take a look at... Ah, we can actually click on them. That's amazing. It's not always in the... This is a feature that we need more. Ah, the outside dirt line there. Let's go. Both to keep speed and also to line up correctly for that quarter pipe you'll land in. This is also the first time I see these maps. So we're going to discover them together, basically. Javzo is the main person we are following. Of course, he is a duchy, and we love that. Alright, I think we want to close the music right now. It's a good time after this song. Thank you, Sasho. Javzo is the guy we're following. Dark, Random, and Mantaa will be the players involved here. We have an engine off section. We, of course, want to slide as little as possible. Only slight bias, only slightly, but also he's actually the person I'm casting for, kind of. All right, here we go. We are off in the first round. We already have a very precise start here, going in between those pillars. Let's take a look at Mantaa, who has just crashed and needs to restart, and that's going to take him out for this round. And we have Dark and Javzo. Dark just crashing into something here. Javzo with a good start, and he will take the lead. For now, Random is following. Here is that outside dirt line. Random touching. Cannot get that smooth. Here is Javzo, who is taking a lead of over 1 second already. So he is no doubt aware of this lead and will not take any risks in order to secure the first place here. Let's take a look at Random and Dark here. We're fighting for this second place, and it looks to be Dark who is going to win out on that occasion. And Javzo has 2 seconds of a lead here on those two. Mantaa 7 seconds behind, will not be able to do anything. Random here with a very good line. Will it be enough to... Oh, it cannot quite make the jump here. Long rounds, actually. Very long map. Random will take that engine off as well. Has crashed out. Wait, what has happened here? What has happened here? All kinds of things have happened here. Dark has finished first. Mantaa second with 4 seconds of, and Javzo has actually finished third. Wow. Okay. Didn't see that one coming. Remove music overlay. Will do, will do. In the meantime, let's see. There you go. Thank you, thank you. We are in round 2. That was very chaotic. Did not expect all that to happen there. Mantaa now with a good start in first place. But all of them are still very close together. Mantaa, Dark, and Javzo in 1, 2, and 3. There's that outside dirt line landing in that quarter pipe. Very, very smooth. Mantaa now with a 0.2 lead over other players. Javzo in second place. And Random still holding on with a 0.4 behind the leader. Another outside dirt line here. A little bit of penalty dirt. Very transitional map. Very crashable, as we've seen. Maybe it was just the jitters of the first round. And that is Javzo there, making a mistake, has an awkward line, has to release, and will lose a lot of time here. It is now between Mantaa and Dark. Here is that big jump. Mantaa doesn't quite make it. Dark takes over onto the engine off section and will get into the finish with a 114.149. Javzo also finishing 0.3 behind. Mantaa has to go for the safe finish here, but does finish. And that is Dark in first place, Javzo second, Random in third, and Mantaa in fourth. There is a gamba up, so make sure you do a little gamba here while we go into round 3. Here is a little bit of a reactor, and all players seem to get that pretty nicely, but it is Dark and Mantaa who take a little bit of a lead here. Javzo at the moment in fourth place following, but it is Random who touches that a pillar and will lose a bunch of speed there due to the acceleration penalty. All the other 3 players, especially Dark and Mantaa, get that really well, that outside dirt line into, and Javzo full stop against that edge. That's gonna cost him dearly. Dark and Mantaa now fighting for that first place. Mantaa almost touching the wall, but didn't quite do that. So now they're gonna be fighting it out for first place here. Let's see who can make that happen. Another reactor here over the penalty grass. This map, there's so much happening at all times. Mantaa with a nice line. Will he make it? He will make it. Both go into the engine off. It seems like they both have similar speed onto the reactor. And, ooh, Mantaa almost making it onto, crashing there, but it does make it. Random will take fourth place because Javzo has already finished. Can he even make it? 5 seconds. He will finish. Yes. They will finish. Mantaa, though, in first place. The score so far. Dark has not lost a lot of points yet. Random has lost quite a few. 29 already. And Javzo is also losing some points here. Going to the next round. Random has a very weird line. I think it touched something, it looked like. And line was completely off. So now we're looking at Dark, Mantaa, and Javzo. We're going to be battling it out here for the win. 0.8 on the board for Random. Needs to catch up a lot. Javzo with an awkward line. Can't quite get in there. And now Dark and Mantaa once again find themselves in 1 and 2. A lot of releases happening there. You can't really full speed that unless your line is perfect, probably. And Dark will take a 0.5 lead over Mantaa. Mantaa trying to do whatever they can to get a little bit closer. See if they can make it happen. Here is that big drift. And onto that risky jump here. You can only do if you have enough speed. Mantaa clipping right before the engine off pit, which is not ideal. Almost doesn't make it onto the... Look at that! Javzo! No! Javzo was... but took over. But then Mantaa had a little bit more speed. Random can't quite finish. This is not looking good for Random. This is looking to be a DNF right here. And indeed, it is a DNF. That leaves Random in with 59 points. And we are going to the next match. Javzo kept the engine off. That is very possible that that is what happened. I am not sure. That is entirely possible. Our map is Reshiram, made by Mephisto. Let's take a look at this map here. We have another dirt mixed map. Lots of transitions, it seems like. Some drifts here. Precision parts. A little bit of wood and some water bouncing. Some ice even. I think in about 100 meters we've seen 7 different surfaces now. Let's take a look at the map. And what is in store for us and for the drivers, of course. Another precision drift. A little bit of sausage there. Oh, let's see what that transition is about. You have to go very tight. There's the turbo there in case you need some speed. We have a turnaround on ice with a bonk. And a very precise bumper block. This is very interesting. A bumper block finish. Okay. The warm-up is over. Map 2 is about to kick off. The score is Dark in first place with 96. Then we have Mantaa with 82. Javzo with 75. And Random with 59. The goal is to not lose your points here. So the more points you have at the top, the better. First round. We have that tight drift. We have Dark and Mantaa in first place. Javzo with a different line there. Does take over a position, but Mantaa more speed, so it takes back second place here. And now try to keep as much speed as you can here. And Javzo does exactly that and will take over second place. Is now hunting Dark. Needs to keep that precision, keep that focus going. I can imagine on maps like this, there's so much going on and just a little bit of focus loss. And immediately you will make a mistake. Tight drift here. Nice lines from Javzo here. We'll get into that ice bonk. Practice it a few times in the warm-up. Does that work? Does not work. Could not quite make it. Didn't have the speed. It is Dark who takes first place. And it is Mantaa who takes second. Random takes third with a second of a difference. Javzo cannot quite manage to finish. Has to go for the finish now because otherwise you lose 12 points. Opted to keep going for that risky. Didn't get into the finish in time. Dark still with only 96 points. I do imagine, Ada, that they have seen these maps before and have had time to practice. That ending seems very hard indeed. We're looking at Javzo, who is at the moment in fourth place, but has a little bit more speed than Random. Does clip a little bit there, but takes over third. So now Mantaa and Dark. Ooh, Javzo clips though. Gets overtaken once again by Random. And we'll have to hunt back. Does seem to have a little bit more speed. But it is Dark and Mantaa right now who are fighting it out here. Let's take a look there. Place 1 and 2 onto this sausage section with that precise drift. And now let's see if they can do this turnaround bounce part. Dark has to oversteer, does manage to get into the finish. All of them seem to have made it into the finish this time. Mantaa in first place with a 107.492. Dark, for the first time in a long while, losing some points here. Has lost 4, is now at 92, but still clearly in the lead. Next round. Javzo with a good start. Is finding himself in first place. And Dark having a bit of an awkward line here. Touches the side and will lose a lot of speed here. Javzo now, a lot of speed. Random almost touching the side, or maybe they did touch the side. I'm not even sure. It is Javzo and Mantaa now in the lead. Mantaa with a better line takes over first place. And now it is Javzo who has to come back from that, even though second place would still be a good result. Javzo now glitching a little bit. Let's hope they're not teleporting too much. That'll make spectating a little awkward. Mantaa, different lines, has to concede first place once again. Javzo staying in first place. And now for that turnaround, you need to get it right in one go. Go from the right side so you don't end up too far left. That looks good for both of them. And indeed, Javzo with the first place and Mantaa in second. Javzo, 56 points, will not lose any. Dark will lose 7. Mantaa will lose 4. Random, unless they finish. That does not look good. This is not going to be a finish. That's a DNF. We'll lose 12 points. And Random is now at 30 points. Which is coming dangerously close to that dreaded 0. Here we go again. This might be the last round on this map. Let's see. Yes, it is. 4 rounds per map. At the moment, Mantaa and Javzo in first place. Random touches the side. Dark as well, crashing out. Mantaa and wait, Javzo was the one who crashed. Excuse me, I saw that wrong. It is Mantaa and Random at the moment, first and second place. And they're gonna want to get a lot of or not get a lot of points here, not lose a lot of points. Random definitely needs that because they're already at 30. The second place would definitely come in handy for them. Javzo 10 seconds behind in 4th place, while Dark is at 5 seconds. We have to hope for some mistakes here, but it doesn't look like they will be making the mistakes. Let's see what Dark is doing. Dark also no mistake made. Javzo should still be able to finish if this goes all according to plan. It does. Random with a much needed second place only loses 4 points, does go down to 26. Javzo now at 46 points, which is also quite low. Dark losing some points as well, is now almost tied with Mantaa. 78 and 74 respectively. Dark still in the lead with 78, Mantaa 74, Javzo 46, and Random at 26. Very interesting maps, very transitional tournament it seems like. Let's see what this map has in store. We have some grass. We have a lot of zigzagging and weaving between obstacles and precise parts, which seems to be the theme of this entire competition. We have an outside dirt line here. Oh, and you do not want to touch that. That is gonna... If that happens in the round, that is going to screw up your line completely. Because you either have to double respawn or just release break, whatever you need to do. Many outside dirt lines in this one. Keeping the gear there. And a risky finish. We have 5 seconds left in this warm-up. 4 rounds. Random cannot afford many more losses here. And definitely not afford a DNF. But also Javzo with 46 needs to hold on to the points. Needs to get some good results. Let's see whose map this will turn out to be. Right now, it is Mantaa with the best start. We have someone there who has... Who was it? I think it was Random. Who looked to have a no slide, I think. Right now, it's Mantaa in first. Javzo in second. And Dark in 3rd place. Random with a 0.7. And this is something Random cannot afford. Here is that checkpoint that Javzo had to respawn at a couple of times. You hit that, you've got a problem. This time gets through it nicely. Mantaa still in 1st place. Javzo hunting for that 1st place. Let's take a look here, a little bit closer look. Another outside line to get all the speed you can into this drift. Keep the gear there, and there is the finish. Javzo with the 2nd place. Mantaa in 1st. Dark will be a 3rd. Random with 2 seconds on the clock. Mantaa with a 1:12.003. Random now at 16 points. One DNF and a 2nd place. And they're at 0. Really has to watch out. Dark crashes, losing a lot of speed. Random takes over 3rd place. Javzo and Mantaa now fighting for 1st. take a closer look at that battle here. Really close together. Javzo now crashing. Random will take over second place. Javzo didn't lose too much. There's still possibilities here of getting a spot back. What goes closer to Random? Goes closer to Random. But is it going to be enough? Random now, because Javzo had a bit of an awkward line, takes a little bit of distance again. There's another outside dirt line. Javzo touches the side. Random now able to take a little bit more distance. Javzo 1 second deficit. Here's that finish. Random crashes into the finish. Javzo does not. Dark gets third place back. Random losing so many points here that they cannot afford to lose. Mantaa with a 112.131 in a first place. Javzo holding on to second. Mantaa still at 74 points, and Dark now dropping to 64. Javzo at 36. Random only has 6 points. Only 6 points. Dangerously close to being eliminated here. Remember, when you are at 0 points, there's still one more round you need to drive. Or many rounds if you can hold on to it. If you get last when you are at 0, that's when you're out. So when you reach 0, you're not just quite out yet. Let's take a look at Random here. Javzo. What happened there? Javzo had to respawn. All the other 3 still in contention for the win, while driving the outside dirt line. Something happened there with Random. Dark crashing. No, Random just had a different line. Random still in second place. Random needs to get first here, or they will be at 2 points. But Mantaa not giving up, not giving in. Here's that last. Oh no! Random crashing. This could be terrible. Javzo and Random fighting, and Javzo snipes third place, and that means Random is suddenly at 0. If Random had gotten second place there, that would have lost 4 points. They'd still be at 2, but now they're at 0. If they get last place, they're out. This is Random's last chance. Cannot get last place. You don't have to get first, you just cannot be last. Is fourth place now. Still a lot of time here to do anything about that. Javzo fighting for first place with Mantaa. Random still close behind, is in fourth place, but still anything is possible. Crashes do happen here. We've seen that. If Random can drive a clean round, there's still hope. Has to release here a little bit more. Mantaa seems to crash, lose a little bit of speed. It's not enough for Random to take over a position. They're still fighting for survival here. In the front, nobody's crashing out yet. Let's take a look here. Mantaa now crashing. Random is now in third. Needs to hold on to that position. Javzo finds himself in first place. They can hold on to that. That would be perfect. Get into the finish. That looks very good. Javzo not losing any point this round. Dark only losing 4. Random is safe. Got third place. Mantaa this time getting last place, losing 10 points. Random not out yet. Still alive. Go to another match. Another map. This map is called Xenogen. It is made by the wonderful Vixa. Here we go. What are we looking at here? Vixa mapped quite a few COTD maps, of course. Very good mapper. Take a look at what they've built here. different lines here from Dark and Mantaa. Dark coming out of that with a lot more speed. There's a lot of spots here where you think the road is one way and then suddenly it's another way. Dark has to respawn this checkpoint a couple of times in order to find the right line here. Seems to have found it now. There we go. Very precise. This could be called the Precision Cup. I'm glad I'm casting and not playing. We all know how I feel about precision. Oh, what is this? You go outside, you get the... Okay. Interesting. Adge. It's too late. Yeah, it's too late. We have 12 minutes until next ad comes. Alright, here we go. Random still at their last chance. Cannot be last. Dark crashing out right at the start. We have Mantaa, Javzo, and Random. 1, 2, and 3. Random now. Slowing down a little bit. Touch something, it looks like. But still has 0.6 of a lead on Dark, who is in last place. If Random can stay here, that works out for them. However, Javzo in first place. Mantaa has 64 points, is first on the leaderboard, finds himself at second place. Let's take a look at that battle up front. Here we are. Javzo crashing suddenly in last place here. Random moves up to second. The moment I clicked was the moment something went wrong. We have an engine off section. Here is the reset. And Javzo, take it back here, is pushing it so hard. And it worked out. Random now in last place. Random now. No! Javzo crashing. Random saves themselves. Because Javzo crashed that last jump. Random still alive. Javzo, though, losing 10 points here. Mantaa, not losing points at all, is still at a stack of 64. And Dark is at 46. Javzo at 24 points. Random still surviving this last chance. However, now immediately crashing out. Mantaa also making a mistake here. So it is now Dark and Javzo finding themselves in 1 and 2. See how that goes. Random now 1 second behind, but it's very close to Mantaa. I kind of want to see this battle going on here, because as we know, Random is on their last legs. Mantaa crashing. This could save Random once again. They can stay alive from now on. Mantaa very slow, suddenly 2.8, almost 3 seconds. Yeah, they are 3 seconds behind. And Random now trying to stay in it. Has to just not crash. Gears up now. Needs that gear for that last jump. Here we go. Into this jump down. This map goes all over the place. Random once again saving themselves. Javzo, meanwhile, with the 111.804, will get a first place. Doesn't lose any points. Remains at 24. Mantaa now losing 10 points is at 54. And Dark stays in second place at 42. Random continues to survive. Continues to survive because mostly other people are crashing, it seems like. I mean, if you are consistent and you don't crash, that does have its merits. Now, once again, we have someone crashing at this time. It is Javzo who makes a mistake. and falls back to spot 4. However, we've seen Javzo is able to push incredibly hard and just press B to boost and come back to it. Fighting with that 4th place. Fighting with random. Here's the engine off. Javzo has to oversteer quite a bit. That slows you down a little. Still in last place. Mantaa now in 1st place. But here is that push from Javzo. And suddenly they're in 2nd place. And now it's random in trouble. Oh, but holy moly. Dark crashes right at that last. Oh my god. Random not taking any chances. Just going for that safe one. Realized he would make the jump. Releases a little bit more. Gets into the safe finish. And is still alive. Oh my goodness. Meanwhile, Javzo is at 20 points, Dark at 32, and Mantaa at 54. Mantaa in the best position here, points-wise. Random still fighting for their lives. Once again, in 4th place is always coming from behind. Dark, Mantaa, Javzo. Now, fighting Dark, making a mistake. Random takes advantage of that, takes 3rd place back. But Dark is right behind, and actually, is that a really good line? Nah, that was a little too diagonal. They did clip a little bit now, so now it is Random in 3rd place with a bit of a gap of about 0.7. Javzo 2nd place. Mantaa still in 4th. Random touches! And this is Dark taking over 3rd place once again. Random once again in trouble. Needs to hope and pray that one of them will make a mistake and will not make the finish. And then they have to get it right at the 1st try. No, they all finished. Mantaa finished with a 111.498. Dark in 2nd place. Javzo in 3rd. And that means Random is eliminated. Held on for like 4 or 5 rounds there. Pretty amazing. But unfortunately, they are still eliminated in 4th place. GG. The score is Mantaa, 54 points. Dark, 28. Javzo, 13. Let me run the ad now. Yes. Thank you. There we go. Ad now. Javzo in last place at the moment of the remaining players. Cannot afford to get last places here. 13 points. That's 1 DNF. And then something, which is not 1st. Or two 3rd places even. We're back on the map that we started on. It's called Arrogant. The map is made by Kerberos. Also, hi, Marina. Here is that long jump and the engine off. Which now Dark wants to respawn. Let's see how Javzo makes it happen. There is your reset. Very interesting transition there. End of warm-up. Here we go. We're gonna have at least 2 more or 3 more rounds here. We have Dark, we have Javzo, and Mantaa. Mantaa at 1st place at the moment. Javzo finds himself in 3rd place. Cannot afford to be last here. Needs to overtake. Needs to get to 3rd or 1st. They can help it. There we go. Here's Dark making a mistake. Javzo can take advantage. Dark already 1.3 behind the leader. Makes another mistake. We'll lose him even more time. Javzo a second behind Manta. Getting first place here will be difficult, but at least hold on to second. Because that will lose you 4 points, but it's better than 7. Dark second after Javzo. Dark is pushing it though. Only 0.7 of a gap now. And crashes out. Javzo will make the long jump. That works out. The engine off. Don't crash out fully. We'll take this second place. Manta doesn't lose any points. Actually, Manta loses 2 points. Javzo losing 6. I guess that means when one person is out, you lose 2 points for sure. That is good to know. Unfortunate for the players. Manta now at 52. Dark at 19 and Javzo at 7. Javzo now cannot be last. Second place will lose you 6 points as well. That will not put him on 0, but it will be dangerously close to it. We have the first turns here. Javzo already finding himself at 0.16 behind Manta and Dark, who are neck and neck and basically driving the same lap, it looks like. Here we have that interesting transition. Javzo needs to grab a spot here. Needs to grab a position. And they know it too. Pushing it. Gap is now 0.8. And they hold on to it. Gap becoming a little bit bigger now. Didn't have a pretty good ending there. Here's that last jump. Gets it nicely. However, Manta and Dark also get it nicely. And both of them get into the finish. And that puts Javzo at 0 points. And now, on this map that does not seem to be the best map. Last place now means you're out for Javzo. Javzo needs to stay in it. Cannot be last. Whatever you do, don't be last. Of course, that puts pressure, and pressure means you make mistakes, and that is exactly what happened right at the start here. Dark and Manta, no doubt, have seen this. All they have to do is cruise to the finish. And not crash. They can do that. They will eliminate one of their competitors. Dark, of course, at 17 points, really wants to get first. Then you only lose 2. Manta has 46 points, can afford to lose a couple of points. Might probably settle for just second place now, just to make sure Javzo goes out. Actually decides to go for the safe finish here. Decides they don't have the speed to make that jump. Oh! Crashes, but they did get the reset. So, engine off. Will not screw them over. Javzo missing that last jump. It doesn't matter anymore. 1 and 2 have already finished. Unfortunately, Javzo will be eliminated here. And now it is going to be between Manta and Dark. Manta still at 40 points. Dark at 15. Different lines here at the start. End up being about equal speed. Manta and Dark still neck and neck, very close together. Less than a 1/10 of a second between them. Look at that. Exactly the same lap they're driving. Here's the outside dirt line into the quarter pipe. They both get that nicely. Manta looking better points-wise. And also, this turn here gets a little bit of a lead, but it's negligible. Dark now has to make sure they get first place. They cannot afford to get second place because they don't have a lot of points to lose. Oh, that is a risky line. Jumped too far to the left. Couldn't quite make that jump. There we go. Mantaa finishing in first place. Dark will finish in second. Dark losing 8 points. Mantaa losing 4. So now even if you are first, when 2 people are eliminated, you will lose 4 points for sure on top of whatever your position grants you. We go to the next map. And the map is called Reshiram. Back to this one. I saw another booster there for the respawns. Dark actually respawning this turn a few times. Wants to get it in the muscle memory here. Yeah, 22 minutes. We're good. "30 seconds. If you want to get a drink, you have 30 seconds to do so. Until these two will battle it out. Dark and Mantaa. Random eliminated in 4th position. Javzo eliminated in 3rd. And now Mantaa has the best position here with 36 points. Dark only has 7. That means 1 second place. And Dark will be at 0. It is vital now that Dark gets first place. Finds himself in first position now, but still needs to hold on to it. Who had the best warm-up in the fingers? We have that ice dirt flick here. Both of them get it pretty nicely. Dark seems to have it a little bit better, a little bit more speed coming out of that. Here's that triangle checkpoint. Now you want to come out of this with a lot of speed. And Mantaa does exactly that. Comes out of it with so much speed. Takes over first. Dark now finding himself in a very, very dangerous position here. They finish like this. It will be Dark on last chance. What happened there? Mantaa crashing, giving Dark a new lease on life. Dark only losing 4 points. Still at 3. And that means Mantaa 6 seconds behind. We'll lose 8. Still 28 points. Still a lot of breathing room for Mantaa here. 107.698 was Dark's time. Mantaa has the fastest time here with a 107.365. Well, Mantaa is fast here, but they still need to make it happen. Dark at 3 points. No matter what, Dark will be at 0 after this. So the question isn't how many points will Dark lose. The question is how many points will he make Mantaa lose. That's the mission here. Manta gets a little bit less airtime, less wobbly landing, it seems like. Takes a lot of speed here on this plastic. Dark has to take over first here. Has to force Manta to lose points. To lose more points. Because they have to survive a couple rounds. Getting first place. Here we go. Will Manta get it? That looks pretty good. Dark manages to steer to the left even. And get into that finish. Manta, however, first place, only losing 4 points, is at 24. Dark is now at 0. Last chance. If Dark wants to win this, they need to get first place every single round. That means, I think, 4 rounds in a row. 4 rounds in a row. It's a daunting task, but it is not impossible. Especially if Manta has a start like this. Manta, however, driving a little bit closer. Gets a very inside on that turn here. Gets a lot of speed. Look at that. Just drives past Dark here like it's nothing. However, Dark, a little bit more speed it seems like. Maybe it was just the way they took their turn. It is such a battle going on here. Dark has to get first. Or Manta wins this. Which means the pressure is all on Dark. Has to survive. Gets a good line here. Goes first into the plastic bonk. It is so close together. Who's going to make it? I think it's Dark. Dark survives. Manta couldn't quite get the line right. And whew, Dark still alive. Manta has to finish or they lose 12 points. Then plus 4. Whew. 107.808. One more round on this map here. What a battle. Manta at 16. 2 second places. And Manta will be at 0. What a story that would be if that worked out. Manta crashes, loses speed to that acceleration penalty, and Dark takes over first place. Manta now at 0.6. 0.6 behind. We know Manta has good lines and can be very fast. But now Manta may be starting to feel the pressure here. Dark now. 1.3 seconds ahead of Manta. 1.6. Dark seems to be driving the run of their life. 1.8. Manta can't quite find the line here. It's 2.5 seconds. Manta seems to have given up on this round. Is now just trying to maybe get the muscle memory in there for the next one. Maybe hoping for Dark to make a mistake, but then it's Manta who actually crashes out. Dark has finished. Dark has finished. Manta loses 8 points. Dark still not out. Dark still not out. Two more rounds. 2 more rounds Dark has to win. We're going to a new map though. In whose favor that will turn out to be, we don't know. This is a map by Roxy. It's called Heart Leap. What a match. What a match. If Dark manages to win 2 more rounds, that would be an insane comeback and achievement. How secure are you on this map? The map draw, in whose favor will that turn out to be? We have 14 minutes till the ad break. I think we're good. We have 2 rounds in max. It's either Manta winning. If Dark wins 2 more rounds, it's over as well. What a conclusion to this match already, and we're not even done yet. Wow. 14 seconds. I'm gonna try the start just one more time. Get that muscle memory in there so you can do it blind. Here it is. 2 more rounds max. If Manta wins, it's over. Manta wins. If Dark wins, we go 1 more time at least, and then it's up for grabs for any of them. Here we go. Dark, now, at the moment, in first place. Manta chasing onto the grass part. Gets a little bit closer, it seems, but Dark maybe has a little bit more speed. Different lines here. Manta with more speed. Yes, Manta more speed. Takes over first place. Dark now has to push it. Dark now has to push it. They go into that dirt part. Oh, Dark coming a little bit closer here. Manta had a little bit of an awkward entry, and Dark can take over first maybe. Has a bit more speed. No, Manta's still in first place. We're going to the last turns here. Manta's still in first place. If they finish like this, it is over. Manta wins. Dark with a lot of speed takes over again. No, touches the side. Manta takes over first place. Now it is 0.4. 0.4. We're going into the last jump. Will Manta miss the finish? They will not miss the finish. That is a 112.056 by Manta. Actually, very good round here. GG. Manta does manage to end up in first place here. Dark is eliminated in second place. Manta first place. Dark second. Javzo third. And Random in fourth. Holy moly. That was almost the comeback of a century, but Manta does hold on and fights off Dark. Wow, that was amazing. That was quite something. Wow. GG. All right. I think that's it for now. Let's see. I don't think there's other matches today. Or, well, there are other matches. Let me see. Taking 50, yeah, thanks. Thanks. I did good. Let me check. What time is it? It is 4 minutes to 4. Let me quickly double check with someone. If I can maybe cast another one, because there is another round of this, but I don't know if there's dedicated casters for all of them. I don't want to step on anybody's toes here, but there are some banger matches going on. Let me go out of here. Also, let me fix up a little bit of tea right here while I wait for an answer on that. Asa, or someone from admin, if you are in the stream, please respond. One of the best maps I've seen. It was good stuff. Also, Shigaon. Welcome to new people in the chat.